Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for our virtual transfer fair for Virginia students. This event has been sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors, as well as StriveScan. Before we begin with our panelists, I'd like to go over some housekeeping at this time. As you are entering this room, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot hear or see you. However, you are able to ask questions using the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen. I also wanted to share that you can sign up for more sessions like this online at strivescan.com/Virginia. This recording will be made available on that same website within the following week. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our first presenter of this evening. That's University of Lynchburg.
Thank you. Hi, so my name is Susan Hogg, and I'm the Associate Director for Admissions at the University of Lynchburg in Lynchburg, Virginia. We're known as one of the colleges that changes lives. Changing lives is what we do best, and it shows. We rank in among the region's best colleges and universities, and we're one of the best values around. Lynchburg instantly feels like family and becomes your second home forever. Class size matters. We have about 2,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate students. We have small classes with big ideas and one-on-one interaction. Our average class size is 16:1, and our faculty to student ratio is 11:1. We are the type of school that you're really going to get to know your professors, and your professors are really going to get to know you. We have more than 100 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs. We have a College of Arts and Sciences, Business, Education, Health Sciences, and a Westovers Honors College. We probably have what you're looking for. If you change your mind, you have choices. But the best part of all this is that 91% of our students are satisfied with their overall academic experience. Maybe you already know you want to be a physician's assistant, a physical therapist, or an athletic trainer. We have these pathways to hold seats for Lynchburg students in our master's or doctorate programs. Make sure to check out our website for more information. And you did hear that right. We have direct admit pathways for our doctorate in physical therapy and our PA medicine school. Maybe you already know what you want to be. We offer hands-on learning and real-life experiences to prepare you for your career. For example, criminology majors learn fingerprinting, practice surveillance tactics, and even turn campus into a mock crime scene. Our health science majors have the opportunity to participate in clinicals for internships and explore the human body in our cadaver lab. And our business students use real funds from the university's endowment to buy and sell on our real financial markets. Another core principle is high impact learning. It helps you take your education to the next level. So what does that mean? It means internships. Nick built telescope parts on a 3D printer for the Belk Observatory and was able to receive an internship with the Department of Energy. It means study abroad. Almost 1/3 of our students study abroad. Our students study in Vietnam, Iceland, India, Guatemala, Italy, and all over the world. There are opportunities and scholarships that make study abroad an option for everyone. Finally, it means research. More than half of our students do research with their professors. It's a big reason why so many of our students get into grad school. And in the lab or out, your professors will know your name. Their main goal is to support you and help you succeed. We're invested in your future and ready to help you find and reach your goals. Here's what a few of our graduates are doing now. Landon is a professional gamer, and his Call of Duty team has almost 800,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nat was getting playing gigs from nationally recognized athletic teams before she graduated. Now she shoots photos full-time for Duke Athletics. Jamar is a senior policy coordinator with the Department of Health and Human Services and serves as our alumni board chair. Emily has mentored several communication students and is senior manager of audience at USA Today. Francesca is head of America's Solutions Architecture and Customer Success for Amazon. Twice a year, alumni come back for Hornet to Hornet Days, where they meet, network with, and advise current students. It's not all studying at Lynchburg, though. After class, there's always something to do with your friends. Fraternity and sorority life, 70 clubs, and more than 2,000 events each year. We promise you won't get bored. We like to say there are 2,000 undergraduate students, so that's one event for each student. We're pretty serious about sports here too. More than half of our students are involved in sports in one way or another, and we're the only D3 team streaming games online at ESPN3. We offer sports at the club and intramural level. We are the type of school that you may see a faculty or staff member at these events, and you might even see the president. College should be an adventure, and we have adventures galore. The outdoor leadership program takes rafting, hiking, caving, and more. It's affordable too. Most trips are under $15. The James River runs right through downtown Lynchburg, and the mountains are 30 minutes away. So there's always activities going on. So what do you do next? Schedule a visit. You will see firsthand not only a beautiful campus, but our warm and friendly atmosphere. We can also schedule you to meet a faculty member and do an unofficial credit evaluation. Next, apply. The results will be faster from applying on our website, but we use the Common App and Coalition app too. Our application is free, so if you're undecided on where you want to go, please fill out our transfer application. I promise you won't be disappointed. We will make an admissions decision within 2 to 3 weeks. We can also make a decision with an unofficial transcript, so please feel free to email me that. We have numerous scholarship opportunities. So at Lynchburg, you'll get a life-changing education at an affordable price, but more than that, you'll find friends for life and a place you can always call home. My best advice as you're navigating this process is to come visit the school that you are interested in and take a tour. We would love to have you visit us in Lynchburg.
Thank you, Lynchburg. Up next, we have University of Mary Washington.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jose Torres, and I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions at the University of Mary Washington. We always like to start these sorts of things with some facts about the university or some fast facts. UMW is a public liberal arts and sciences university located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. It is midway between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. So we like to tell people that it has we like to say that it's an ideal college town location because of its location. So we offer diverse opportunities for our students from Fredericksburg to DC to Richmond proper, whether that be internship opportunities and unique job opportunities for our students. We have about 4,200 undergraduate students at the university. In-state tuition is going to be about a little over $13,000, while out-of-state tuition is around $30,000. When it comes to our class size, we have a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, and our average class size is 19. Now that can tend to fluctuate. If you choose one of our more popular majors, like say psychology or business, you may see that average of 19 be a little bit higher for those particular classes. But the cool thing about this average class size and our student to faculty ratio is that with those smaller class sizes, it allows for our students to build unique relationships, not only with their fellow classmates, but also with the faculty and staff. When it comes to student life at the university, we have more than 150 clubs and organizations that students can choose to join. We've won 212 athletic conference scholarships, and we also offer students the opportunity to study abroad in 157 different study abroad programs in 54 different countries around the world. When you are ready to apply, just want to make you aware of some filing dates to the university. If you're looking at a spring start, which is a January start, October application filing date. A summer start, which is a late May start, is March 15th, and a fall start, which is a traditional start of the school year, is April 1st. We do operate under rolling admissions, though. Those filing dates are just there as like a more of a advisory date. Make sure you have your material submitted by these dates to guarantee admission, and also when it comes to merit scholarship consideration. Now we offer merit scholarships to students. This is based strictly on your GPA information when you are applying. I simply look at your GPA on your transcript, and based on where your GPA falls, you are eligible to receive anywhere from $4,000 up to $4,000 as an in-state student, and up to $8,000 as an out-of-state student to go towards tuition automatically that you don't have to. And this is cool because you don't have to apply for this scholarship. When you are ready to apply to the university, you're going to want to fill out the application. Now you can apply through the Common App, or you can fill out our UMW application. You don't have to fill out both, one or the other. We need official transcripts from all colleges previously attended. And if you do not already have your associate's degree, we're going to need a final high school transcript in order for your application to be considered. We also do offer guaranteed admissions to Virginia Community College System students. If you have a cumulative GPA of a 3.0 or higher, we've actually changed it from 3.25, and you're going to be earning your associate's degree. We can guarantee your admission to the university if you're transferring from a VCCS school or Richard Bland College. If you're looking to get in contact with us at the university, this is our information listed here. Best way to get a hold of us is probably going to be through email. That's admit@umw.edu. We're also on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Johanna Fitzwater. I'm a transfer admissions coordinator at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, Wilmington is a town of roughly 120,000 residents. We're situated on the southern North Carolina shore, and the UNCW campus is really centrally located. So we're about 5 miles from the downtown historic Riverwalk, and then 5 miles from Wrightsville Beach. As one of the 17 public institutions within the UNC system, UNCW is North Carolina's only coastal university. We're also one of the Division I sports universities in the UNC system, and we are home to almost 18,000 students that are enrolled in over about 56 bachelor's degrees. We also offer 34 master's degrees and 4 doctoral programs. I've listed some of our most popular majors amongst transfer students, which include programs that are really unique, as well as nationally and internationally renowned, such as biology and marine biology, our film studies program, as well as business. But again, we do offer 56 different majors. So if you don't see your major here listed, fear not. Though UNCW is large enough to offer our students incomparable experiences such as research and discovery, we still maintain advantages of smaller class sizes and low student to faculty ratio. So our average class size this past academic year was 27 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 18:1. So we really strive to promise our students the opportunity for a personal educational experience, as well as the ability to build valuable relationships with their professors in the classroom. Something else that we pride ourselves on are our offerings of applied learning. So we do offer a challenging environment to explore student passions and enhance opportunities through these applied learning. I'm going to touch on each of them just very briefly tonight. The applied learning opportunities that we implement help equip our students with real-world experiences and help them break into various sectors of the workforce. For just one example of our research and discovery opportunities, I always love to highlight our marine biology program. UNCW has a Center for Marine Science. It's an active research lab that's located just a couple miles from our main campus. It is situated on the intercoastal waterways, just steps from the ocean. And in the active research laboratory, our students are able to delve into research and discovery opportunities in the intercoastal and in the oceans from their second year. Study abroad is another offering that we're proud of. We have over 1,000 different programs in more than 50 different countries. So if there's somewhere on earth you'd like to go, we can probably get you there. We offer programs for all of our majors, and we have them from durations of time from 10 days to 2 years. So there's really something for everyone. Every year, we also offer grants for study abroad students and special scholarships for it to make it affordable for everyone. Each year, we also offer thousands of different internship opportunities across all of our majors and hundreds of different service learning opportunities, which can be in the state of North Carolina, across the countries. And we also offer several internship and service learning opportunities overseas as well. So each year, our incoming class is comprised of about 49% transfer students. I think this is an important fact for students to know because we do have an extremely high culture for transfer students, a lot of organizations just for transfer students to make sure that they are engaged in campus activities. We're a really diverse and robust population. We work hand in hand with the military. Many of our transfer students are from in-state, many of them are from out-of-state. Again, some of those are military students as well as students coming from the workforce. I'm going to shift gears and just speak very briefly about how you can be a transfer student at UNCW. So in order to be competitive for admission, these are our basic recommendations. We recommend that a student have 24 credit hours completed or in progress. And of those 24 credit hours, we are always looking for at least 6 credit hours of a transferable level English. So generally your composition 1 and 2 classes, as well as a transferable math course. Along with that, a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or above, and we will require that you submit your official high school transcripts, your post-secondary transcripts, and if you're military, your military transcripts as well. An essay is optional, and the application fee is $80. But just to give you an idea of our incoming cohort, our average student comes in with about 46 credit hours and a cumulative GPA of 3.15. So UNCW does admit students each semester, so summer, fall, and spring. Our priority deadline for the summer and fall is March the 1st, and our priority deadline for the spring entry is October the 1st. You can apply through cfnc.org. That's the College Foundation of North Carolina. I just want to make one distinction between these two deadlines. If you apply for the summer fall entry by the March 1st priority deadline, you will be automatically considered for our transfer student merit-based scholarship. So if scholarships are important to you, keep that in mind, that those merit-based scholarships are just for summer and fall applicants who apply by the priority deadline. If anybody is interested in learning more about us, about our campus and our different academic offerings or the transfer admission process, we strongly encourage you to explore us virtually. You can take a virtual campus tour. You can also schedule a virtual walk-in with a transfer admissions counselor. For any specific questions, feel free to email us at uncwtransfer@uncw.edu. So I hope to speak to some of you soon. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. At this time, we will have University of South Carolina present next. Just as a reminder to the students, you are able to ask any questions to any of our presenters this evening using the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So definitely feel free to ask them any questions as you're listening to their information.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight. My name is Allison Scheide, and I am the Assistant Director for Transfer Partnerships in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of South Carolina. So we are South Carolina's flagship institution. We're located in Columbia, South Carolina, which is the capital of our lovely Palmetto State. And it's a great place to be a Gamecock, great place to live. So we have just about 27,000 undergraduate students, with a little bit more than half of our entire student body being in state. For our transfer students, that tends to be a bit more like 70% of our students in state, 30% out of state. But never fear, we do have students from all 50 countries, or all 50 states and more than 100 countries. So a very diverse student body here at the University of South Carolina. Some things that this infographic isn't able to tell you is that about 30% of our student body are transfer students. And then also Virginia is one of our top 10 states where we get students that are not from South Carolina. So you'll definitely find some fellow students from the great state of Virginia here at the University of South Carolina. We have over 300 different combinations of majors, minors, and cognates and concentrations. And I'm going to focus on a few of the ones that you can't get at public schools in the state of Virginia. And this is through a partnership called Academic Common Market. So students who are enrolled in an eligible Academic Common Market major are able to pay in-state tuition for majors that just are not available in their home state. So in our College of Arts and Sciences, we have the major of cardiovascular technology, which is a health sciences major that does internships in cardiovascular diagnostics, marine science, which is a holistic study of the ocean. So there are concentrations in marine biology, marine chemistry, marine physics, but it's going to have that whole holistic view. And we also have a research station near Myrtle Beach, about 2.5 hours away. And then also our Russian major is in our College of Arts and Sciences, and that focuses on the culture, language, and literature of Russian-speaking countries. In our well-known Darla Moore School of Business, the risk management and insurance major is part of the Academic Common Market program, and that's going to focus on decision-making in the face of uncertainty, which I'm sure is very useful right now. It's also going to focus on the financial protection and all the things that come along with insurance. And then in our College of Hospitality, Retail, and Sport Management, our retail major with the concentration in retail management is going to focus on the retail customer experience as well as e-commerce. And students in any of our majors in the College of Hospitality, Retail, and Sport Management do 2 internships before they graduate. We have 56 nationally ranked programs, and actually the retailing major that Jeff was talking about is one of them. Our retail program is in the top 25 nationally, so it's a fantastic program to be in, and it's one that's very accessible to almost any student who wants to be part of it. Despite being a really large school, we do have a fairly low student to faculty ratio at 17:1. So you're thinking, all this sounds great, how can I become part of it? So we require students to do our online application. It's just through our website, not on Common App or Coalition. And there is a $65 non-refundable application fee. 30 college credit hours is kind of our magic number. And so once a student has 30 college credit hours or more, we no longer require any high school information, and we just require those college transcripts. So our application deadlines, you'll see that our spring one looks a little bit different. That's because we recently extended our spring application deadline to November 15th. So if you are thinking about becoming a Gamecock for spring of 2021, there's still time to get that application in. The summer and fall applications will open up on February 1st and should ideally be done by May 1st for consideration for all majors and for just general consideration for the summer. Nursing and business have that May 1st priority deadline because they do tend to reach capacity prior to the July 1 date that the fall application will close for good. So some GPA things to keep in mind. Our minimum GPA that we will allow for general admission is a 2.25 GPA. We recalculate the GPA based on all attempts of non-remedial or developmental coursework. So that means if you are retaking a class, we're going to use both attempts in that GPA calculation. So sometimes the transcript GPA that's on your transcript might not match the GPA that we're using to determine admissibility. So while our minimum GPA is that 2.25, some of the majors do have higher GPA requirements. So there's a few different ways to get in contact with us. Phone is a great way. Email is definitely my preferred way right now, just with everything going on this semester. I am the person behind admtransfer@mailbox.sc.edu. You can find us on our website, on social media, and we're doing virtual tours. We do have some capacity for in-person tours, socially distant, only outside, and in groups of about 9 students per 1 ambassador. But our virtual tours are led live by some of our fantastic student ambassadors. So I highly recommend checking those out if you have not ever had a chance to visit our lovely campus. Thank you, and go Gamecocks.
Thank you so much. And lastly, for tonight, we have University of Virginia.
All right. Hello, folks. My name is Pierce Cowder. I'm a Senior Assistant Dean of Admission at UVA. I do coordinate the transfer admission process for the university as well. So I have my hands in all of the transfer applications for sure, wherever you're from. But to tell you a little bit about where we are, we're in Charlottesville, Virginia. We are the state flagship institution, about 17,000 undergrads across 8 different undergraduate colleges. Charlottesville is very much a college town. Not too big of a city or anything, right where the Blue Ridge Mountains start, as you can see in the slide here. And in the foreground, we've got Thomas Jefferson's Academical Village, which was the initial grounds of the university from our founder. We just celebrated our bicentennial, so 200-year anniversary last year. And happy to be here to tell you about UVA and the transfer admission process. So as I mentioned, there are 8 different schools at UVA. Across all of these, you're going to find small class sizes. Our faculty to student ratio is 16:1. Certainly, it's a big part of being a student in any of these schools is getting to know your faculty. It's very much a expectation of the student experience and a expectation of the faculty experience as working with undergrads. We're a big research institution as well across each of these. Majority of our undergrads in each of them are doing independent research with the faculty. So, going above and beyond basic syllabus requirements and really engaging with leaders in their academic fields across any discipline you might be thinking of. We want you to really take ownership over your experience and hit the ground running in a world-class research institution across a lot of diverse academic fields. So when you apply to UVA, as a transfer student, you do apply to a specific college at the university. So if you go in the Common App and select UVA, it's going to ask you which school. This doesn't mean that you're declaring a major necessarily, and that process will happen for you once you get to UVA, but it does mean you need to narrow down your options. If you're totally undecided, that's pretty okay. I mean, we do offer a College of Arts and Sciences that has a wealth of liberal arts and fine arts and lab sciences and things like that. So it's not the end of the world to be completely undecided. It's just that you want to make sure you're not decided on one of the smaller schools and then not applied to it. So engineering, architecture, nursing, commerce, education, and our leadership and public policy school are all things you apply directly to. A little bit of this changes depending on what year you're applying to UVA as a transfer student. So if you are curious about this, it's all very much detailed on our website. You can always reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you pick which school to apply to depending on how long you've been somewhere else. For all of our schools, for the VCCS, we offer about a pretty friendly admission rate of about 50%. It's a little bit lower if you're not a Virginia Community College student, and that's because we do have guaranteed admission from the Virginia Community College system into many of our programs. The biggest, of course, is our College of Arts and Sciences, and again, that's the biggest of our schools at UVA, so the most popular to apply to. But we also have guaranteed admission from the VCCS and Richard Bland to the engineering school, as well as the RN to BSN program in our School of Nursing. Regardless, when you narrow down which you want to apply to, if you're following the guarantee admission program and let's say you get a bad grade or you miss a course requirement or things like that, most students, no matter where they're coming from for the 4-year or the Virginia Community College system, apply competitively as transfer applicants. So it doesn't close the door on you to not follow a guarantee admission agreement. And certainly there's plenty of students coming in from 4-year schools who aren't eligible for that as well. The big thing to really pay attention to in our transfer process is the course requirements, and these differ depending on which college at UVA that you're applying to. What you see listed here are the course requirements for the School of Arts and Sciences, but if you're again interested in business or engineering or nursing, etc., make sure you check our website for the course requirements for that program. Hopefully you've been following along with this if you're in the VCCS because it lines up with the guarantee admission agreement and all of the course requirements you see there. But if not, you've got time to start planning your future schedule around fulfilling what are essentially basic liberal arts gen ed requirements that will help you graduate on time once you get to UVA. That's why we have these course requirements, is we don't want you to be behind in catching up on things like foreign language or your composition or et cetera while you're working on your master or your major level coursework once you get here. The parts of the application that we require include the Common App, every transcript from any college that you've attended, as well as your high school transcript or GED. But other than that, the other things are optional. So testing is optional, academic letter recommendation is optional, midterm grade report optional. We don't look for that school report that's in the Common App either. It's really just the application and your transcripts. And then if you want to submit some of the optional things. You can also see the deadlines on this slide. So we do offer mainly fall admissions, but we do have a small group of spring admission as well. So if you are interested in spring admission, that deadline is just passed, but maybe you're thinking about it for next year. If you're thinking about it for next fall, the deadline is March 1st. So you have some time to start working on that application and get those transcripts sent to us. Decisions are released a couple months after that. And our financial aid deadlines are a month after the application deadline. So you can work on your Common App and get that under control and then work on your financial aid deadline. We meet 100% of demonstrated need. It is a massive financial aid program, so please do take advantage of it. If you're applying to UVA, just make sure you get the required parts of the financial aid application in on time, and you can see those, the FAFSA, CSS profile, and tax return information detailed there. All right, so my final slide here is just contact info, but I would be remiss not to brag about the picture of our national champion basketball team that we're very happy to keep on our slides as long as they are still defending national champions, and there wasn't a tournament last year. So that's what you see there. But of course, it is a fun school. Our students do succeed at UVA, but also have a good time being at UVA. It speaks to our retention rate that's always in the upper 90s because we want to set you up to succeed. We have a lot of things to help transfer students come and succeed with that transition to UVA. And you can see those highlighted here. The Transfer Student Peer Advisor Program basically matches you up with someone who's gone through this and is still at UVA. And then the Leadership Board for the transfer student community is the biggest organization designed to help in that transition. But we have an entire wing of the Student Affairs Office helping our transfer students transfer to UVA and do well. And certainly a vibrant part of our population. We bring in about 700 transfer students every year in the fall. So lots of people going through this, a lot of resources there for you, including the website with all those course requirements and things like that you can see, but as well as our main email address and a blog that I run about transferring to UVA that goes into detail to a lot of these topics. So please do check that out. And on our website, we also have virtual tours and virtual information sessions still going on. So a great way to learn more about UVA. That's it for me. So thanks for coming by and spending time with us this evening.
And that really concludes our virtual fair for transfer students this evening. Thank you all for attending tonight's session. As you exit out of this, you will be presented with a quick survey comprised of 4 questions. Your feedback is always appreciated. You can sign up for more sessions on our website at strivescan.com/Virginia, as well as you can find the recording for this session on that same website within the next few days. So thank you again and have a great evening, everybody.